Hello. What happened there then? Who didn't put 10p in the meter? That's what it was, you see. Someone forgot just to drop the 10p in the meter. We're back. Thank you to everyone that joined us over on my Facebook page for a little bit of a Facebook Live. A few gremlins. We're all back. And I know, actually, so many of you have been checking out during that little break then. Patty just saying, broke down and ordered box number 6. Definitely had FOMO, as I hate not to finish a collection. So apologies for that small break in transmission, but we are back. And just before that break, Jan was in the middle of a demo. So should we kind of just pretend it never happened and go back to where we were? Go. And
we're back. We put the money in the slot. We're okay. We're good. Yes. Fantastic. Yeah. Honestly, the things that we get up to. So yes, thank you for staying with us if you're still there. Honestly, it just sort of gets everything moving. So we were literally part of the way through the demo. This is as far as I've got. I haven't done any more. The guys and me just said stop. So we literally froze everything, and this is as far as I'd got. So we've put our mats and layers in. We've done that lovely fold back, and I just stuck one part of the picket fence down and just trimmed the edge off here just to make it fit that part of the card. So this was that 5x7" card base, and then what I'm going to do is use this bit on the outside here, and that is sufficient to just sneak in there to make it look as if it is a continuous line. So again, I'm just going to put that glue on the back of that little snippet that's left. So I did cut a second one just in case, but we didn't need it there. So again, that one's just going to line up, and I'm just going to do by eye.
By eye.
By eye. In fact, if I use my glass mat there, I can line that up and use the lines on there. So we're going to go level with that one, and again, bring it right to the outside of the card. Pop that one in there, and then when we add this one on, it's going to disguise that, and it looks as if we've got it all in one line there. So I just need to put my tape down this edge of this one and not over the whole piece, because it's only going to stick to half of that fold back. So I just want that left hand side, and again, I'm just going to look top and bottom to get it about equal there. Give that a press down. And then in the rest of the sets, then I said we had that lovely 6x6 sentiment set. This is jam-packed full of, let me just get a piece of white card so that you can see them a bit better there. There we go, look. Absolutely full of all different sentiments on there. Love the Just Because is one of my favourites. Fabulous at any age. Absolutely gorgeous, yeah. From our house to yours on there. The world needs more like you. There's some really nice ones as well as your traditional, you know, thinking of you just because, hello, good luck. You've got some really nice ones. I love that you shouldn't have, but I'm glad that you did.
Yes.
But I've actually taken this one in the centre here, have the happiest of birthdays, and just stamp that out onto a little scrap and use the same plain cardstock there at the back. And we're just going to use that as a sentiment. So again, we've got couple of bits of the double-sided tape there, and we're just going to pop that one across the middle.
Cute.
Let's keep it within the realms of that topper, because I don't want to stick it to this side. I've got a nice little bow that I've made, taking some of the ribbon from that pack again that's in there. This is the middle size of the ribbon. You get 3 different widths, and we're just going to add that to the bottom there. And then I've also stamped out those little birdies again. They're so cute. They've got to appear on every card. So coloured them in, and I've popped a little foam pad on the back of these. So we're actually going to put the one on the top of the birdhouse again that looks as if he's just having sort of 40 winks there, just having a little snooze while he's perched on top of the house. And then this one's got that lovely little post on the birdhouse. So we're going to put the second one as if he's just sort of fluttering in. It's like, hey, wake up, it's time for lunch. Here we go.
There he is.
And just pop that one on there. And again, you know, just really simple, using all the elements. The only thing that wasn't in the kit was my little piece of scrap of Nina cardstock that I've done the stamping on, and then the colour in mediums. But the rest of it there, including the card base, and don't forget you've got the envelope to match, so you could actually use this floral stamp and just stamp a little bit of decoration onto the envelope so that the two match. You could make an insert out of the same or a coordinating paper to pop inside your envelope. It's sort of limitless as to where you take it. So if I stand you that one up there, you can just see slightly different design, similar kind of effect to the first one using the birdhouses there. That's the theme in the box. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. There's so many different ways you can use them, Ben.
And do you know what? Again, from that beautiful card that you've made with all of the goodies from the box, again, using the templates that you've got within your booklet as well. You can then go a little bit bigger should you wish. But look how it all beautifully comes together. Again, seeing the stencil with the clouds there, again using that the tree die, but again this time around using it as a branch, creating that bigger birdhouse, using the different papers that you're going to get within this collection as well, and the really cute sentiments that you've got there as well, home sweet home. So again, you talk about being able to create cards, you talk about being able to make home decor projects, and again I'll come back to this this little box here, which I think is just the cutest, which you can open up, the little dad shed. Inside you've got the little pair of boots there, but again using all the elements that lots of the elements that you've already seen from this collection to create that 3D project as well. It's a really stunning collection, and as we've said, this works as a standalone. If you've never got any of the other boxes before, you're thinking, oh, well, I didn't join in when this was first launched last week. It doesn't matter. The point is that lots of you who have got all of the previous boxes are now able to kind of put that final piece in the Year of Craft box jigsaw puzzle. But for those of you who are perhaps joining us for the first time, you can get yourself a really brilliant value for money crafty box, which is for everybody, for all craft abilities, for the fact that you've got everything that you need within the box. You know, save some of the foam pads and your glue and those kind of things that you'll need, but all of the sort of crafty items are in there, and then you've got that booklet as well to show you everything that you need as far as demonstrations are concerned. It's £27.99 platinum, $31.96 if you're shopping with us in the US. That price is applicable to you as well if you are shopping with us for the first time. And don't forget, if you're a Club Inspire member, you will get 250 points on your first purchase in January, so even more reasons to jump in and grab this if it is your first purchase of the month. Those 250 points will be added to your account at the start of February. But listen, I'm well aware that we are just over half an hour to go. Also well aware of the fact that a lot of you might not have been with us at the start of the show. So in just a little while we will come back and we will unbox the Year of Craft box number 6 for you, so you can see exactly what you're going to get. Whilst we get ready to do that, here is a little video which will give you some more food for thought. It's another one of our quick buys.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Well, we have half an hour to go. If you have just joined us, a very warm welcome. Glad you tuned in. I really am glad, and you'll be glad as well, because you've joined us on a show which I said earlier on, I'll say it again, it's kind of like a year in the making, really. This is our launch day with our Year of Craft box number 6. Kind of an idea which launched last year with your original, your OG, which is here, the original Year of Craft, which kind of set a lot of crafty minds going wild with all of the things that you could make. And the idea was that we would release all of these boxes bi-monthly, so that by the end of the year you would have the full collection of loads of crafty inspiration, loads of crafty tools to be able to create cards, projects, home decor pieces for every occasion right throughout the year. And I know so many of you have been waiting for this show because you've collected them religiously right throughout the year. And as much as this is like a really great show for the fact that you're able to get your hands on this brand new Year of Craft box, as I said to you earlier on, it's a little bit sad as well, because it's kind of like the end of an era, because this is the 6th and final box that we're going to be bringing you from our Year of Craft. But I'm so glad that so many of you have decided to jump in and grab it. It's the final piece in that jigsaw for so many people who've been collecting these. This is the final box for you, and I can tell you now, we are at 80% of the stock gone. It is going to be touch and go whether we've got enough to cover the last 35 minutes of the show. But if you have got this in your basket, if you've been waiting to check out, now is a good time to be able to do it. And I must just say as well, as much as there will be many of you watching who've got all of the other boxes and you'll be grabbing this one today to complete the collection, doesn't matter if you are joining us for the first time and you're going, oh, well, I haven't got any of the boxes, I can't get this. You can. They're all standalone. They all work together, but they're all standalone as well. So if you are new and you're thinking, oh, this looks great, jump in and grab it, but do go quickly because I don't want you to miss out on this amazing brand new box. £27.99 if you're a Platinum member, $31 and change if you're shopping with us in the US. And if you are a brand new customer to us, don't forget that price there is applicable to you for your first purchase because you will get 20% off. But whilst the stock is dwindling, I think it's a good time to actually have another look inside the box with Jan just to see exactly what you're going to get because seriously, Jan, these boxes are not just for experienced crafters but for people who've never crafted before, aren't they?
You know, it doesn't matter. Like we said at the top of the show, it is a system that a lot of our crafters have collected, but if you're new to it today, the box will work as a standalone. So it is a craft kit in its own right. It will work with other elements that are in the rest of the boxes if you have that system, but it will work. Like most of the demos that I've done today, I have just used bits out of the box, and the only thing that I've added to it is some plain white card for stamping on, which we all tend to keep, you know, in whatever your preference is. So we're going to have a look again in the box for the benefit that anybody that's joined us sort of throughout the show. We're going to have a little look. So this one is actually everyday inspiration, and you can see we've got a theme going on there with sort of the birdhouses. We've got the tree in there, which is a die. This one's actually a template that we're going to have a look at. The little milk carton we're going to make in the next demo and change that into something else. So let's have a quick look again what's in that box. I'm just going to move that one. Beautifully presented, nice and sturdy, and you've got that little ribbon pull on the front there to pull out your drawer. So I'm going to take the whole thing out of here so that we can have a look inside. So again, all presented as we're accustomed to with those craft box kits. And inside there, the first one in there is your issue 6 of the Year of Craft magazine. And again, I'm just going to flick through this quickly. If you want to have a look in a little bit more detail, you can always rewatch the show and have a look at the top of the show. But in the front here, we've got the sort of index, where have we gone, of what's actually going on in the book. And there are so many different projects that you can make. I've got photos and written instructions as how to make the projects. You can see here, this is the little carton, the little milk carton that we're going to do in a second, and we're going to incorporate that with the stencil, the template that makes that slightly larger birdhouse on there. But again, just a quick flick through, you can see there are so many different ideas in here of things that you can make using elements from your kit. These are the templates. Again, if you photocopy these through if you've got a scanner on your printer, just photocopy them through. You can then use them as is, and that's exactly what I've done here. We're going to use this one next. I've just taken a photocopy, printed it onto some copier paper, and that's what we're going to use for our next demo. Or you can enlarge them, reduce them. You know, so if you want to make something a bit bigger, if you wanted an element for a scrapbook page and you want to enlarge it, you can do that. So we've got the mixer there, and then you've also got that lovely sort of little window that you can make into your cards and use the little window boxes and things like that. So again, lots of detailed instructions, photographs for you to see those finished projects as to how you can put things together. So that's actually going to then fit, if you've got the whole system, this should fit into the last section of your binder so that you've got all those together. If not, you can just keep it as a one-off and keep it with your box. So let's have a little look then. We'll start with those stamps, and I'm going to bring my piece of cardstock back in here. So if you've been watching the show, you've seen me use this one, and so many different ways of actually popping those birdhouses together. You've got a lovely set of little florals in there, you've got 4 sentiments, and then these gorgeous little birdies in there as well. And then also we've got a 6x6 inch jam-packed sort of sentiment stamp set as well. So clear stamps, loads of different sentiments on there, some really nice ones, some sort of everyday ones, thinking of you, just because, but then you've got some really unusual ones. You've got the with heartfelt sympathy on there as well, which is always a handy one to have in. But then you've got things like you shouldn't have, but I'm so glad that you did. Yeah. And then you've got the world needs more like you.
Aww.
So some really nice ones in there. So that's the stamps in there. We've also got 2 die sets in there as well. So I'm just going to grab those from the bottom. So we've got that lovely set that I've been using that's got that picket fence on, which when it's cut out looks, and in the white card it really does look like a picket fence there.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. And then we've got the tree which we used in the first demo there. If I just bring this one back in, you can see that it's just popping out from behind that design here that we've cut out. And then you've also got a little floral that we're going to use in this demo as well, which looks like that when it's cut out as well. So just nice little bits that you can embellish your designs with. And then there's also a second set of dies in there that are like a stitched edge. So you've got the crosses, you've got, well, this one's like a diagonal cross, this one's like a plus an addition sign cross, and then you've got the dot and the dash that all create those lovely stitched edges. So it is like it's a die that embosses almost. It's going to put this impression into your cards to make it look as if it's been stitched. And then, as always, we've got our card blanks and envelopes. So you've got your 6x4, 6x6 and 5x7 cards in there with matching envelopes for you to use. All right, and then we've got a selection of pattern paper and double-sided cardstock in there. So if I grab both those out of the bottom there, and again, beautiful colour palette for you to work with there. Different colours, but they all work beautifully. For example, this one, if you like to do that monochromatic look there, you've got, let's have a look, what else have we got in there? That's the one that I've just used with the peach. Alternatively, it would look nice with that green. And again, you can see, you know, the pinks, you've got that lovely wine colour, absolutely oodles of those in there for you to have a go at. But as they are consumables, there are some extra paper pads, which our Ben's going to tell you about in a second, because I haven't quite finished. All right, we've also got 2 stencils in there. So you've seen me, if you've been watching the show, you've seen me use that lovely cloud stencil where it's created, if you look in the background on these designs, it's created just by using a bit of ink, that sort of sky with the clouds in the background there. And then we've also got a larger birdhouse, which I'm going to use in conjunction with this next demo, and I'm going to explain how to use this one for you. So again, really nice addition in there. And then just to finish off with, we've given you 3 sizes of satin ribbon in that colour palette that matches the cardstock, and some twine as well. So lots and lots of goodies in there that will all work independently. The only thing that I've been adding to my demos is a little bit of plain cardstock to stamp on, whether it be Nina, whether it be stamping card or watercolour card, just to do your stamped images on. And I know we've all got a stash of that anyway. So yeah, do you want to have a look at the paper pads, or do you want me to go into the demo?
I'll tell you what, I'll do a really quick flick through, and we'll flash up the details, and then we'll get the demo going. We are at the point now, we are heading close to limited stock, but I can tell you we've got more people watching now than we've got stock available. So we are at that point where if you have got this in your basket, you need to be thinking about checking out, because we have this really weird thing here at Crafters TV where you can have something in your basket. It's not like if you're at the supermarket and you're walking around with your, your loaf of bread in your basket. Someone's not just going to come up and go, oh, I'll have that. Well, they might do, but then you probably, you give them a clip around the ear roll. Here, people can nick stuff out of your baskets if they check out quicker, if we get to the point where we've got more people with items in their basket than we have available. So just bear that in mind. There are more people watching right now than we have stock available. So don't miss out, for goodness sake. This will go limited very shortly. I'm very, very sure of that. This is the added extras though for you. This is absolutely what you need to be popping in. So more of the papers that you're going to be getting in your box, you can buy in the 48 sheet paper pad. So the majority of people, that's our fave. I absolutely love that design. It's so super cute. Yeah. Yes, the majority of people who are shopping right now are getting the box, and they're adding in the extra papers as well. So if you want to go for the Everyday Inspiration pattern paper pad, that is £7.99 or $10.36. At least one of each of these going into pretty much every basket. And we've then got the solids available for you as well individually. £10.39 or $11.96. And again, all of these beautiful colours available for you. That match up perfectly, of course, with all of the patterned papers that you've got in your pattern paper pad. £10.39 or $11.96 is the deal here, but get both get them a couple of times over, because you know there will come a point where you'll need to get some, so you may as well get them now whilst we have them in stock. But whatever you do, with just over 20 minutes to go on the show, if you have got the Year of Craft box in your basket, you need to be checking out. And as we said, and I think we've covered this off brilliantly over the course of this show, if you're someone who's already invested in this, collected them right throughout the year, this is the final piece, the final box to go for. And it is the final box. This is the last one, so don't miss out on that front if you have been collecting right throughout the year. But again, if you've maybe only got a few of these and you like the concept, you like the idea, you're going to get everything that you loved and more within this final box. And then also for those of you who are watching who are new, because we're getting new crafters watching all the time, it's always nice to see those messages come through going, oh, a newbie here, first time watcher, maybe you joined us just before Christmas time or over that Christmas break and you're thinking about making that first purchase. This box would be a brilliant choice for you, because you've got a little bit of everything in there, and it's kind of almost like you've had a personal shopper come along, pick out all the bits and pieces that you need to get crafting, so you don't have to have that headache of thinking what works with what, how am I going to achieve all these amazing projects. It's all done for you within this box. And the fact, of course, that you get the booklet within it as well, with all of those projects and demonstrations rated from sort of easier to more difficult. You are well away, so you can progress as you get kind of more confident and better with your crafting. You've got all of those projects to be tackling within the booklet. The bad news is I can now officially say that the Year of Craft box number 6 is limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
it soon won't be seen, Ben. Oh my goodness, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we?
Yep. We have got less than 10% of the stock remaining, and it is still that case. We've got hundreds and hundreds of you watching right now. We haven't got that stock left. If everyone right now is watching decides to buy, that will be it. That will be curtains. So if you're thinking, shall I, shan't I, now is make your mind up time. This will sell out. It's just whether a question we can make it last the last 22 minutes of the show, or whether it goes after the show. It will disappear. But whilst you are checking out those baskets, let's squeeze in another demo, because I know you want to see the kind of things that you can be making. And you're going to have a look at that bird box, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to go sort of a bit more 3D this time, because we've done a couple of cards. You've seen how all those stamps come together. You can make any kind of sort of compilation of the stamps. Bigger sections, smaller sections, just little tiny elements of it, however you wish. But what I thought I would do is show you how to use some of the templates in the book. So we've got the little milk carton template. So Ben showed you this particular project. We're going to change it up a little bit. So the first thing I've done is actually pop this into my scanner, and I've just copied it onto a piece of photocopier paper. Okay, nice and simple. And then what I would do is, well, you've got choices. You can either pop this straight onto your card, and I'm going to use craft cards. So if I just grab a piece of my craft card, you could literally pop this straight onto here and hold it and just cut round it, entirely up to you. You could cut this piece out first and just tack it on very lightly with your dotty tape pen, which just rubs away nice and easy, and then tack it down. Or if you want to make it into a proper template, I would actually be popping this, sticking it onto some decent cardstock. So like our stamping cards, a good 300 GSM, and then cutting it out and keeping it as a template. So keep it in your box so that you've got access to it, and then you can draw around it and add the score lines in. So everywhere you've got a solid line, okay, it is actually a cut line, and then all the dotted lines inside are where you need to score. So either using a scoreboard or just using a ruler and a score tool. So what I've done is I've done that, and it tells you to cut 2 of these. So I've actually done that in my craft card, and you can see there where we've got, if I put it over the top, exactly the same size as the one underneath there. I've kept this at the proportion it is in the book. I haven't enlarged it or made it any different. And I've just used my ruler to pop those score lines in on each piece. And then the only thing that I've done is use my little hole punch and literally pop them together, and then just punched a couple of holes in the top that we're going to thread some of that twine through that comes in the box. So let's pop those to one side, and then I've added on that glue tab, I've just added some of my 3mm red line tape. And what I want you to do first of all is take one of them and add this one on so that you've got a continuous run. So again, just make sure that those lines are lined up at the bottom and you're going right up to the score line, but I can still see the score line. If you stick it over the score line, it's not going to fold properly. You still want it to be able to fold in half so that you can make eventually your box shape. All right, so where I've stuck it, I can just see at this side the edge of the score line all the way down there. And then we're going to do exactly the same in a second with this one, which will just line up nicely to make your box, the 4 sides. But just before I do that, I've made some little tiny mats and layers using some little scraps that I'd got left over of pieces out of that box again. So I've just made 3, and I'll explain why I don't need any on the other side when we've done this. And I'm going to pop those on. I like to do this while it's flat. You can put your box together and then do the decoration, but I just find it easier to get these in place and leave my border around the edge while it's actually flat. Again, whichever your preference is, there's no right or wrong with this bit. And I've just left a tiny border around each one, and I'm just going to fill 3 sides because we're going to do something different with the 4th side. So let me just think. I need to make sure that one of those is free. That's right. These are the sides that have got the little triangular score lines in. So I actually want one of the flat sides. So this 3rd piece is going to go along here. Okay, so that's going to go onto this one. And then we can pop that little box together then. So we take off the other piece of red line. And then if you just fold one side in, your second one should meet up perfectly with that score line. Give it a little burnish and you've got that shape of your box there already. Okay, and then again, however you want to work this, you can pop, I like to put, let's have a look, that one's going to be the bit there. So we're going to put a flat one in, 2 sides in and a flat one in, and that way you get a nice finish on the inside without any of the little tabs sticking out. So I'm just going to use a bit of Collal all-purpose on this because it's like a construction glue. When it sets, it sort of adds rigidity to your. I usually get my tongue stuck around that. You did it well. Rigidity around the base of the box. So if you are wanting to pop, maybe a little candle in it or something like that. Yeah. It gives it a bit of strength. So a bit on there, flat one in first, then pop those 2 sides in, and they will want to pop open just for now until we can get inside, so just hold them in place. And then I'm literally going to coat the whole of this one in the glue, and then we're going to fill that one and then turn it over, and then you just want something, whether it be a ruler, I tend to use my longer bowl folder, and just spread that glue out in the bottom and give it a chance to do its thing. So we've got our little box there, and then you can see where I've put those diagonal lines, the little triangles here from the template. If we just push those, you can see now how it's literally going to fold to make that traditional little milk carton. All right, and then I've taken a piece of the twine, again, from the kit, and I'm just going to pop this through the holes and hope that it doesn't, there we go. Sometimes it decides to play mischief.
Will you measure the finished dimensions for us when you finish? For
the little box? Yeah, I will,
because Aisha wants to know.
Yeah, let me just pop that through there, and I want the bow to come obviously through to the side that's got the paper on. So the back here is not decorated, and I'll explain why in a second. And then I just need to go through that last one there. And again, if you don't want to use the twine, you could use a little peg on the top, or you could use a little library clip, anything like that to fasten it. But I'm literally just going to pull these together now, and I'm going to tie this off and make a little bow. Trim off the edges, and we've got our milk carton finished, and I will measure it for you so you can see those dimensions. So again, this is where you could do with another finger in the middle, isn't it?
Do I borrow one of mine?
I think we're there. Oh. There we go. It's close enough. Trim off the edges there, and then we've got our little box ready to add the next stage. So this is just part of the demo. Yes. And finished now. All right, it measures, let's have a look. If I bring my board across here. So you can see we've got about 4 inches tall by 2.5 inches across. Okay, so 4 inches from top to bottom, 2.5 inches across each side. So it's a nice little size to pop, you know, just like a little gift candle or some chockies or something in there. And then the second part of the demo, I'm going to bring in that other template. So this is actually like a stencil. So you could use it to stencil round, but I'm actually going to use this to make a piece to go on the front of my box, which is why I left one of the sides blank. So pop it on your cardstock and grab your pencil and just draw all the way around the outside of it. Draw the line in here, draw the other markings on, and then cut it out. And this is what we're going to end up with. So you can see there, we've got a replica of this one just done in the craft card now.
Great, yeah.
Okay, and then I've used that same template to do the same again onto a piece of the pattern paper. All right, so this is out of the pad. I've done exactly the same again, and I've also marked where the heart is and where the little, this is the bit like the little post that sticks out for the birdies to sit on. All right, so that's that piece. And then I've also just done that top section again. So I've just drawn around the top section and used the lines here as a cut line to make sort of almost like that gable end for the front of it. All right, so we're going to layer that up.
Okay.
And the reason I've put it on craft card first is because I want to make it a little bit more sort of substantial there rather than just using the paper. So again, I'm going to pop a little bit of collal all the way. I'm not too worried about this because I've transferred my my pieces where I need them.
Just to say, sorry, very quickly, we are, we've got, well, we're into double figures as far as stock levels are concerned. This is going to sell out. Annika just saying she's got hers. I used to say, no worries with me. I placed my order this morning. And Hannah says, so glad I managed to get mine.
Yep.
This is going to be touch and go, Jan. We might be singing before the end of the show.
Left,
you never know. 12 minutes.
Let's have a look. Is it going to go before the end of the show?
Ooh, it's going to be close, I think.
Okay, and then that piece that we've got here, again, a little bit of the collal. You don't need a lot of glue, just on the back there. And we're going to pop this one back over the front so that it looks as if it's got the roof. But the fact that we've used that template, it's almost like having a die, but it matches up perfectly. But by being able to pop you a couple of these in, they act as a template or a stencil. So you're getting the best of both worlds. All right, and then what I've done is I've used the same again, just to draw around to create the little heart at the front. And then I've done the same with the little circles, but I've done several of these and stuck them together. There's about 6 of them together to give it a little bit more substance there,
yes,
rather than just a single one, okay? So I've also done the bottom section. So again, we're going to pop that craft card back. And this is just all by drawing around that template. It's easy to do. Even if you're just starting your journey in craft, it's literally just drawing around the template and cutting it out. And then I'm literally just sticking the pieces where I've popped those pencil lines just as a guide, and then all the pencils covered up when we've finished anyway.
That is so cute.
And then I'm just going to swap, because this is such a tiny little piece, I'm just going to pop, I've got a bit more control with my little applicator there, just to pop. That's the only reason I've swapped over. And that one's going to go here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is the side that I left blank, we're actually going to pop this on the front of here to create like the effect that it's actually a little birdhouse, and
yes,
then you've got it to open to pop your gift inside
or
there.
bird feed inside it.
It could be. Of course. And then using that die, let me just grab that main element again there. I've cut the tree, but I only wanted the top section of it there. So you can see I've just taken the trunk off that piece. And I've also cut out that lovely little floral element there as well. And then we've cut the picket fence in the white again. Okay. So what I want to do is pop this behind as if it's coming out from behind there. So again, I just want a little bit of glue. 1, 2, 3 either side. So we're going to do the center one. Okay.
We're heading to about just, I think, with 6% stock remaining. You've got to be in here, Diane, because I've just ordered mine. This is going to sell out, says Diana Shaw. It is going to sell out. You have got to be quick. This is panic stations.
Last few. Who was going to get them?
I know. Georgina singing dramatic music in my ear. What is that? Was that the theme tune to Fame?
It did sound like it, yes.
Does it sound like under pressure music? I don't know. I feel like I just want to get my leg
I wanted
warmers
to
on and
start
start jumping
dancing
around the
and put my
room.
leg warmers on, yeah.
Oh dear. Yes, the Year of Craft box is going to sell out. I won't sing it like Georgina just did. Quick as you can, just whilst you're watching this demo, we will do a final wrap up. We've got to do the demo of the show as well, but this is going to sell out. Whether it's the next 9 minutes or after we sell it, after we finish the show, it will sell out. So go quickly. Boy, oh boy, what a show.
The last couple of bits then, and these are just decoration. Again, you know, it's very personal, I think, when you're embellishing something, however you want to do it. So again, I've just gone back to that tacky glue just to pop that little embellishment on, and then we're going to do the same with the tree, and we're going to bring this as if the branches are coming down over the top there like that. I might just trim a little bit off the edge of there. I think it's a little bit wide for what we... So again, don't be afraid to cut into them and just take those extra pieces off if you don't need them. So again, we're just going to take that bit out, and that's a little bit of a bit better, so that's better. So again, we'll just put some glue in those centre pieces. Again, if you want to use your dotty tape pen, it would work great. I'm just using that fine tip applicator, and this has got our tacky glue in here, which is great for sticking those embellishments on. So again, just pop this one as if the branch is falling down in front of the little birdhouse there. Okay. And again, you know, just showing you, it's just one idea. There are so many different things that you can do with these, but that's using that template out of your book, out of the magazine, and then also that lovely little stencil there, whether you want to use it as a stencil or a template. So we've got the design at the front there, being the little birdhouse. Yeah, created that little scene, but then when you turn it round, you've got that lovely little gift box that you can open and actually pop some goodies inside there. If you wanted to add a sentiment, you know, it might just be a just because or a thinking of you, just to give somebody a little gift, just because you can.
I love it.
They're great, aren't they?
So much. And do you know what I love more than anything is that you have timed that final demo with literally the last chance saloon for me to tell you to be shopping and checking out your baskets. We are at that point now where if you're not checking out, you are running the risk of missing out. We are down to, let's just say, middling double figures. If you catch my drift, if you haven't got this, you need to be getting it. People are putting it in their baskets right now. We're going to give you a quick little break here to check out your baskets, and when we come back, if you haven't then got it, you are seriously running the risk that this might not be coming your way. £27.99, $31.96, add in more of those paper pads as well, but now is the time to be checking out, or you could be missing out. We'll come back with the final recap and the demo of the show in just a bit, but take my word for it, you need to be checking out right now, quick as you can. We'll be right back.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Oh, 5% of the stock remaining. Ooga, ooga. Last time I did that, I broke it, didn't I? Don't do that again, Ben. Shh. 5% of the stock remaining. I've just said, shut up, whatever you do. Please check out your baskets now. Add in the paper pads. You've got to be quick. Do not miss out. These are going to sell out. We've got just enough time in the last sort of 4 minutes to have a quick wrap up, but also we need to get going the demo of the show vote. So let's get Jan to line up all of her fantastic makes, and don't forget all of these makes from this brand new Year of Craft box, which is on the verge of selling out. It is hanging on by an absolute thread, but let's see the makes that Jan has put together and let's see which is your favourite. So line them up please, Jan.
Right, so didn't get through quite as many as I hoped, but forgive me, we had those few little gremlins make an appearance. So that was the first one at the top of the show. Literally the only thing that I've added to that was the piece of cardstock that I've stamped on, a little bit of ink and no colouring medium. The rest of it, all the elements, including the card blank, is from that lovely box that we've got on today. All right, so you've got that die cut tree in there, stamping in there, the picket fence. That is number one.
Right.
Okay. Number two, very similar. We just did a different card style and showed you how to put those together. Used a different stamp there, showed you how to put that one together. So that's number two. Okay.
Okay.
And then number three, we did that gorgeous little milk carton from the template that's inside your craft magazine for issue 6. Okay. And then also we used the little stencil here to draw around and create the layers to make that fun little birdhouse front for it. And you've got a gift box and a design all in one. So that was number 3. Okay.
I think that might be my favourite, but it's not down to me, it's down to you. 1, 2 or 3. We have got 4% of the stock remaining. Please, please, please get to those checkouts now. We've literally got about 3 minutes to go. Just a quick overview, Jan. So let's say we've got somebody still sat on that picket fence, still wondering, shall I not? What are the reasons why we should be buying this craft box, in your opinion?
I just think whether you're a collector or whether you are new to crafting, this covers pretty much everything. It's a way of having a go with stamping. It's a way of having a go with dies. It's a way of having a go with all your different size card blanks and things without actually going into sort of massive collections of things. You've got a bit of everything in there that you can make projects with and have a finished design with the help. And don't forget, this is actually, I think this is one of the main parts in there. You know, you've got lots of inspiration. You've got all those how-to written demonstrations, you know, to actually come to a finished project. So as I say, whether you're a beginner crafter, the bit of something for everybody, or I know a lot of you out there are collectors and you've got the whole tower, which is going to be, you know, the original one with the 6 extra boxes. And again, you know, you can dip into those. Each box had something different in it, different themes in it. You can cross over and work together. You can add things from the box to your stash, you know, so like I said, if you've got any signature collections, there'll be bits that work with that. And just literally have a play. And I always call it playing, and I call it playing when I'm doing it because I don't consider it work. But yeah, it's just there for everyone. So don't think that if you haven't bought the rest of it, this isn't applicable to you, because the box will work as a standalone item, just as a craft kit in there.
3% of the stock remaining now.
Ooh.
This will sell out at the end of the show. Don't miss out. So many of you saying that you've got it, and that makes me happy because I wouldn't want to think that you're not going to receive this. Suzette Sue's saying, I've just ordered mine just in time.
Just in time.
Thank you. Have a great day. I hope I have internet later. We hope you do as well, so you can tune in and watch Monday Makers. Robbie just saying, I love your projects, Jan. So glad that I bought my box earlier. And we have a winner for the demo of the show as well. What do you reckon?
I'll be amazed if it's not this one.
You're correct, number 3.
Yeah, I thought so. It's just something a bit different, isn't it? A bit different. And you've got that, you know, you can always watch the show again and watch how I put that together, but using that template from the book to make the little carton, and then the stencil to make that little birdhouse at the front.
Love it so much. Last chance to buy, seriously now. You have to be in, otherwise you will miss out. Thank you to all of you for watching. Hopefully you've managed to get your hands on the Your Craft box. Jan, when are you back on our screen?
I'm back on Saturday for Play Your Crafts Right. Yes, so a bit of fun, challenge on.
We shall look forward to that. We are back, of course, with another show in 2 hours' time. Myself and Andrew with Monday Makers, so hopefully you can join us for that. We'll very much look forward to your company, and thank you for joining us over the last couple of hours for launch day. We will see you in a couple of hours. Bye for now.